Alright guys, here we are, the Soul Sister Monarch channel. My name's Stephanie, and I'm so glad to be here with you guys. It's Friday night, and I have another video for you on crystals and rocks. Since we're in this Mercury retrograde, and everybody's going through all this crazy energy. There's some combative energies out there, there's confusing energies, there's people having I just heard pick and pull. I don't know, maybe somebody's going to pick and pull. Anyways, there is the, the energy of push and pull, okay? Pushing and pulling, hot and cold, on and off. One day, yes, next day, no. So there's a lot of tough energies right now, okay? Going around. So we also have the pink moon. We also have the Libra energy going on with this pink moon. So this moon has a lot to do with serving up karma and people creating more karma during this Mercury retrograde if you're not in your North Node, okay? So let's hope that most everybody is working in the North Node and they're not in their South Node. Okay, because the South Node is where the karma goes. It's where the karma starts. It's where you make more karma. It's where your past life patterns go on. It's where we don't learn the lessons, so we need to do them again. It's when you're not in your life purpose. It's when you're comfortable basically being toxic, okay? So that is where we don't want to be. Sometimes people will bounce back and forth, which is completely normal because we're human beings. You just don't want to stay stuck there, okay? And if you do go back and you do get caught in a past life lesson or something again, you just pull yourself out of it, move back forward and go, okay, I know this. I've seen this before. I know exactly what this feels like. Yes, I know all of this. So anyways, let's get on with our crystals here. So I'm going to start out with jade. So this is a beautiful piece of jade, and the elephant is one of my major spirit animals. But jade's wonderful because it helps with serenity. It helps to bring peace. It can bring clarity. It's really a lot about purity with oneself, okay? It also helps bring wisdom, so it can help you connect with your divine self. It can help you connect with your North Node. So a lot of people that are trying to work through their shadow work or their dark night of the soul, they'll incorporate jade to get them pulled out of the dark and back into the light. Remember, it always has to do with your heart chakra too. Very important. It can help release the blockages and open up your heart chakra. And it increases a more loving, nurturing feeling about one's self, okay? It's not about others. It's about oneself, okay? It's a protective stone, so you definitely want to use it during this time. It helps ward off harm. It brings in harmony. It's also always been known to attract good luck and friendship. That's another thing. Some of the psychological properties. Jade stabilizes your personality. It integrates your body, mind, and soul. It promotes self-sufficiency. It releases negative thought patterns. It helps soothe your mind. It's great with helping you, maybe not helping you, I use, let's see, the better words, stimulating ideas, okay? New ideas, bringing new ideas forward. It's like when a task at hand feels really hard, or you're thinking of something, I can't work through this, I'm never going to get through this, blah, blah, blah. The jade will help you relieve that stress and that complex situation, and it can help you break it down so you can work the problem out. It's also been known as the dream stone, okay? So if you place it on your forehead a lot of times, and you about right before you're going to go to bed, and you can lay it there. It'll help open up your third eye, and it will settle it. it'll stabilize it, it'll calm it down, and it will purify and clear it out. So then when you go to bed, it aids in the emotional release of things while you're sleeping, but then it'll give you insight to what you dreamt the night before, okay? Oh, another good thing I just thought of about it. It helps with irritability too. So people that get super irritable and bugged, yeah, it helps with that. Um, it helps with encouraging you, stepping into your personal power, your purpose, becoming the person that, you know, you want to believe. Um, and it also helps waken up hidden knowledge in people that's been sleeping inside you, okay? Um, I told you it's like a cleansing stone. It helps filtrate things like out of your organs. Helps eliminate the toxins and things like that. Um, it's really good for your kidneys. That's one thing I forgot about. Yeah, your kidneys. Your adrenal glands. It removes toxins, rebuilds things on a cellular level, a skeletal with your skeletal system. Um, oh, this is another thing forgot about. Like when you have surgery in that, and you come home and say you got stitches, you can put that jade, with like a light barrier between the wound and you, and it has to be cotton, and the jade can sit there, and that will help speed up the healing process with that. It helps and assists also with fertility and childbirth. That's another thing. People that have problems with your hips and your spleen, it's another thing that it's good with, because it'll help, you know, balance all that out. If you're, like I said, you're trying to work with balancing yourself out, so I'll put it in my water. So when I'm like purifying and cleansing myself out, I'll put it in my water bottle. And what it does is it helps with taking your water and switching it from acidic to more alkaline. So that's another cool thing about that. So there's brown jade, guys. There's blue-green jade. There's lavender jade. There's orange jade. Thought I had a piece of red here. Oh, let's see. No, I don't have a piece. I thought I had. No, I don't know where that red went. I don't have a. Oh, there's a piece of red. They call it orange red. So that's a piece of and red. It helps stimulate like your passion inside of you. It also helps open up your heart chakra, helps you be more loving toward yourself. It can also help people access their anger. So you have to be careful, because at the same time is like you can access your anger. The point of it is that you access the anger, and you release it. You let it come up to the surface with the jade. And then once it's there, you got to figure out the emotion that is attached to that anger, and then you have to switch that pattern, the thought pattern related to the emotion, because that will go to a body part or an organ, and then you have to release it. And that's the jade will totally help you do that. And it just helps you get interconnected with yourself more, like your inner being, okay? It helps people when they're feeling like super like tired and low with energy. The red jade also can help with that. Helps with tension. So, and it can help you like when, say you're just in the mode and you just feeling negative and you can't like snap out of it and turn it more constructive. So you can also use that with that. So anyways, there is a jade. So let's move on. Ooh, one of my favorite, Moonstone. So this is a small piece. I just don't have any big ones around me right now. But Moonstone will vary in shades, okay? You'll find pieces that will be more yellow, have more brown, oranges hues. Some will be more clear and have the spots like this and have shades of like green and kind of grayish to them. Creamy, kind of. But the one thing you know about jade, it always looks kind of translucent, okay? So remember that. So Moonstone is the stone of new beginnings, okay? It's letting things go, and it's also connected to the moon. People that do rituals and things around the moon cycles, they'll use it to heighten their intuition and connect to their intuition, or if they or a high priestess, um, they help that in aiding themselves in the work that they're doing. Okay, it's a reflective stone, so it's always gonna, whatever you put out there, it's gonna reflect it back to you. So people have to be very, very careful how they're using it. Um, the best times, a lot of, if you're doing those types of things, you'll be wanting to use it on the waxing and the waning moon. You don't want to use it with the full or a half. Oh yeah, another thing that I just thought of, it helps with like calming people down, your emotions. When people are super hot tempered and hot headed, you can hold 2 pieces of moonstone and like take a bunch of deep breaths, and you will feel that tension release out of you. It's weird how that works. So one thing it does, it makes the conscious the unconscious. So it promotes your intuition with empathy more. And like I said, it brings things to the surface. It helps with lucid dreaming. So this is another one that you can put in your pillowcase. But remember, guys, if you're going to put things in your pillow, be careful about the stones you use. Always, always put in some, like, couldn't think of the name of this. I had this little brain fart in the last crystal, but this selenite. Anyways, I have slabs of selenite that I put in my pillowcase. It always purifies, protects, um, amplifies any other things that are going on, um, but it puts a white light around you when you're sleeping. So selenite is a conductor as well. Um, so a lot of folklores and things talk about how moonstone was first used, and a lot of people use it, like I said, to aid in their psychic abilities, or to develop the clairvoyance, clairaudience, all the C's. you know, um, it. A lot of people, when they wear it, say that they question their intuition, or if they channel, or they do work like a lot of us spiritual people do. It aids you in clarifying, or say if you're kind of going back and forth, or you're even questioning your own gifts, your own abilities. When you have the moonstone, it'll make those questions, or what you're connecting to, you'll be more open, and it'll be clearer to you. You'll just know, you won't question it. So that's another really cool thing with moonstone. So like if you're in a bad situation, or an argument, or yep, got something going on, if you have moonstone around, it helps people to not react so much. And when you're emotionally triggered, especially in a retrograde, moonstone will help put those triggers back into balance. It helps a lot with balancing your masculine and feminine energies as well. It opens up your mind, especially when you're totally irrational. It'll help with being impulsive. But one thing with Moonstone, it will bring synchronicities forward, um, different kind of things that you'll see a lot of. It'll it'll make you go, oh, I see, I get it. Kind of, it's kind of like ding, the light bulb that goes off. It breaks down illusions. Okay, so it's kind of like, I always call it the transparency stone. It makes things transparent. So people that think that they're being like, nobody knows what's going on or can't see through it. When you work with Moonstone, it brings it, like I said, it just has a way of bringing everything to the surface. And it'll draw out the old patterns in people, and the kind of the things that people go back to, or the ruts they get stuck in, and those behaviors that they're trying to break free from. It can aid and help you totally breaking those types of things. So if you're a person that knows how to cut cords, um, you're trying to unblock things, it will aid in all of that kind of stuff. It also affects the female reproductive system. It can help with that. It can relieve like menstrual kind of stuff that goes on with women. It's linked to the pineal gland. It balances out the hormonal system. So a lot of people that are going through menopause or having hormone issues, which I've had a ton of ever since it started happening to me, it helps with that. So keep that one in your bra, ladies, okay? It helps you also attune to your biorhythmic clock, guys, okay? Um, Lots of people that go through shock, PTSD, this is a great stone, or kids that have a lot of their ADD, ADHD, like that. It totally helps with all that kind of stuff too. It helps, another thing I just thought of, it helps with your digestive system. Like I said, right along with the reproductive. So people have degenerative things going on. Like I've got disc degenerative disease all over in my back and neck. Anything with eyes, too. Anything that you have breaking down degenerative, like osteoporosis, arthritis, things like that, it totally, totally helps with all that stuff. Um, the liver and the pancreas. And I said it's a major help, ladies, for PMS, okay? Major help with PMS. And those of you that are going through midlife crisis, yeah, you should be wearing that too. Okay? Alright, so those are some of the cool things with Moonstone. So let's move on. What was the next one I wanted to talk about? Oh, Aquamarine. So this is, or Aqua Aura. This is hard to find a lot of times. It's, okay, guys, hold on a sec. I have to go. I knew we were going to get low on the batteries. Let me get my other cord and let's plug in so we can finish this video. Let me talk about Aquamarine, why we're doing this. So Aquamarine sometimes can be hard to find, hard to obtain. Lots of places you'll find like small pieces of it instead of big ones. I have found over at Dave's Health and Wellness, he has a bunch of towers in Aquamarine. He does have a lot of those. And he has a few wands, which those are awesome to work with. I love wands. All right, hold on.